So this is my structure. It is a
Keep going. It's fine.
it is a monkey bar, and some of the ways it might fail is by falling. The kid falling off, or the wind, or how unsteady this is. And I prevented two of the risks by putting a plastic coating underneath and adding braces to the side of it. And if I had more time, I would try to make it more steady and secure so it would not get blown over by the wind. Yeah.
For my structure, I made a rock climbing wall, and for the static load, the gravity pulls it down, and it is very heavy, so it won't be blown over by the wind. And the point of application doesn't change from the gravity. And then the dynamic load would be the little kids on it, and they'd be playing and jumping. And some kids would be bigger than others, but that would withstand because they are very strong and stiff rocks. And some bigger kids would be able to come on here too because they won't deflect the rocks. And the point of application is always changing because they're moving up onto they're moving up higher onto the rocks. And then when they're sliding down, the load moves down the slide up until the landing point. And pulling on there's ropes here so they can hold on, and they will be pulling on those, and that's moving them up. And some parts where they might fail is the gate at the top, the joints, they might detach, but I fixed that by gluing them to the maximum. And the materials I used were rocks, rope, glue, pipe cleaners, and popsicle sticks. I also used some straws. And I glued the planks to the rocks and glued the rocks together so they are very strong. And it should not fail because it is a very strong structure and very stiff. Wear and tear over time, the glue can decay and the rocks can fall off. But I'm going to ignore that because I glued this to the very maximum. And overloading should not be a problem because it is a very strong, sturdy, heavy structure, and it will hold pretty much everything. And I've designed my structure to help by, I use beams. They're planks like this, but they're strong. And I use some supports. And there's rocks under here to support the slide, and there's planks under the rocks to support the rocks. And it's a triangle pyramid shape, so that helps. And I anchored the structure to a base, and then I anchored the base of that structure to the big base of the playground. And I glued together the joints so they're very stiff and strong. And all the materials are strong. Sometimes they're very strong like the rocks. Some of them are stiff like the rocks and the wooden dowels. And some of them are flimsy like the straws, but that's okay because they're glued on stiff. And then the pipe cleaners are very flexible, and that helped by rolling them. So